perhaps the biggest news coming out of today had nothing to do with any of these games that we talked about. And that was Bill Self kind of insinuating that the injury that Darryn Peterson is dealing with might be a little bit more serious than we are currently anticipating. I don't know if this is just gamesmanship, but here's what Bill Self had to say in his press conference after a 76-57 win over Princeton today.
We're not obviously going to have him at least for, the immediate future. I just don't know how long that'll be. So, yeah, we got some things to discuss, and we're looking at. He's getting the best. He'll admit to he's getting the best treatment. I mean, all that stuff. But he's got tightness in his right hamstring, and he wants to be out there so bad. But I'm not going to put him out there till he feels well.
Goodman, you obviously have a very good relationship with Self. What's going on right now with Peterson? What can you tell us about what he's dealing with?
They thought it was cramps early on in the year, and it actually has been a hamstring issue that they figured out about a week or so ago, and it hasn't gotten all the way better. Now, again, Darryn Peterson wants to play. He feels like he can play. He'll want to get out there Tuesday night at Champions Classic. But, if you're Bill Self, you're thinking about, Big 12 play, NCAA tournament, having a chance to go deep in the tournament. You're not as worried about these. He's been doing it a long time. He understands the value of having him at 100% when it matters most. So he's not going to put him out there. And we know how hamstrings injuries are. I mean, those things, if he goes out there and he's not at 100% and he gets it again, he's going to be out a long time. I mean, those things can keep you out for, a month and a half, and then you're playing with it the rest of the year and you're playing cautious. So I think Bill Self understands he's got to protect Darryn Peterson right now because Darryn Peterson isn't old enough to be able to protect himself in this situation.
Yeah, look, Justin, you've played basketball at an exceptionally high level, at the highest level. One, what are you dealing with when you're kind of dealing with a hamstring strain like that? And then two, when you are an athlete, your inclination is to want to get out there and play and kind of push yourself through this stuff, right? How hard is it to tell yourself, listen, the best thing for me long-term this season and also maybe long-term for my career is to shut it down for a little bit to kind of get better and get back to 100%?
Yeah, I think the tough thing nowadays is there's so many more people involved, right? I mean, I wasn't in college that long ago, but when I was in school, if I got hurt, it was the coaching staff and it was the training staff. Like that was the only people really making the decisions. Now, when you have a guy like Darryn Peterson, you've got agents, you've got, maybe other teams that they've talked to already that are saying, hey, like, let's take it easy a little bit. And to Jeff's point, like the kid's young and he just wants to compete. Right. And so there's a difference between kind of what he would be doing if he goes onto the floor and what a junior or senior who, knows when, okay, I can kind of chill in this situation as opposed to as a freshman who's just trying to play, he's going to go all out the entire time. I think the toughest part of it is the amount of usage that Darryn Peterson is used for this Kansas team. So it's different than if he's like a major role player, right? Like Darryn Peterson, some of the numbers on his usage rate, I mean, it's up there with like the numbers of like Luka and James Harden when James was in Houston, like, and everybody knows how that was. So I think it's different with his situation because it's like, man, if we bring him back, he's being thrown right into, there's no chilling for Darryn Peterson. Like I'm right back into it. So, hopefully it is cautious. Thankfully it is early on in the season. I mean, you'd rather have it right now and he miss, even though they've got some matchups coming up, you'd rather miss 4 or 5 games early on and then be ready to go by conference play. But I think that's kind of what makes it a little different is how much he's involved with this Kansas team.
Yeah.